What's up guys, it's Mike here and today we're looking at the NexTool Flagship Pro. This is a 16-in-1 multi-tool. What immediately caught my attention about this one is the design. Instead of having just a tiny scissors or a bunch of small tools crammed into the body, NexTool went with a pretty much substantial butterfly style design with a full-size plier on one end and a large scissors on the other. Now let's take a closer look at what you get. First thing you notice is this nylon sheath. That's a nice embroidery on the front and a very strong Velcro, and a big belt loop for all your belts. What I like about NexTool is they always include a pouch or a holster for your multi-tool. When you buy expensive tools such as Leatherman, they don't even include a pouch for you. Flagship Pro weighs about 245 grams, and when you pick it up, you can definitely feel the weight. It's not ultra light multi-tool, but it also feels substantial and solid in the hand. The hose is about 110 meters and 44 meters wide, and about 21.5 millimeters thick. So it's compact enough to carry, but this is definitely more of a full-size multi-tool than a minimalistic pocket tool. The main blade is about 3 inches long and made from 5CR15 MOV with a frame lock. You're not getting some super steel, but for the price, I think that's adequate. Now let's look at the needle nose plier because I feel like that is the heart of the multi-tool. First thing you notice that the pliers is actually spring-loaded. A lot of people were complaining in the comments that Leatherman doesn't even have this function. The machining on the pliers is very nice and crisp, so it should grip really well. If you look up close at the needle nose, you can see there is absolutely no gaps between the needle nose. When you give the plier a wiggle, there's absolutely no play at all. The tolerances is very tight. I just wish the needle nose was a little bit pointier for more precision grip. Kind of like the Leatherman. You can see the difference here. NexTool also included replaceable wire cutters. That is a really nice feature. And the wire cutters looks very precise. Unlike the Leatherman, you can see that's rounded off. Now let's take a look at some of the exterior tools. Next, you'll notice that there is a saw. And the saw is really nice. The teeth are very sharp, so it should bite through wood, no problems at all. I think it looks very similar to the Leatherman saw. For the smaller non-locking tools, you'll get a bottle opener with a flathead. You also get a can opener and a rope cutter along with a Phillips head. How do you guys feel about having a bottle opener and a can opener on a multi-tool? Do you guys use this often? Me personally, I do not use these two functions at all. I do love the rope cutter, but I feel like the Phillips head deserved its own slot in the multi-tool just because it's such a practical tool. Also on the outside, you get a pocket clip. The retention is fantastic. There's also a ruler on the outside, and you also get a glass breaker for emergency use. One of my favorite features about this multi-tool must be the huge pair of scissors that you get. You can just see how sharp and precise this pair of scissors are. I also like that it's spring-loaded and has this little notch right here for quick cutting. Let's do a couple quick cutting tests. This is a zip tie, and it makes cutting super easy, razor sharp. We also have very thick cardboard here. Let's see how it performs. It's cutting super easy. You can just hear how tight and crisp the tolerances are on this multi-tool. So when you add everything together, you're getting a pretty impressive amount of functionality in one tool. So what do I like about it? I really like the fact that NexTool didn't try to make the ultra thin just for the sake of making it compact. It feels like they designed all around using the tools. The pliers are substantial, the scissors are substantial, and you get a lot of good variety of tools for everyday repairs, for your car, camping, toolbox, or just keeping it in the EDC. And I think that's really the appeal of the multi-tool. You don't necessarily need all 16 functions every day, but when you suddenly need a pair of pliers, a screwdriver, a scissors, and a knife or a wire cutter, you already got them with you. Here's something I don't like about this tool. Now it's not perfect. The biggest downside for me is the weight. At around 245 grams, you're definitely going to notice that this is in your pocket. So if you're someone who likes very lightweight EDC, this probably isn't going to be your first choice. And while the 5CR15 MOV blade is perfectly functional, don't expect it to perform like a premium folding knife with something like MagnaCut or Crewwear. But again, that's not really what this tool is trying to be. This is a budget-friendly, great quality multi-tool. So is the NexTool Flagship Pro worth adding to your EDC? Honestly, I think it depends what you're looking for. If you want something extremely lightweight and minimalistic, there's some better options. But if you want a full-size multi-tool with substantial pliers, large scissors, a useful blade, and a ton of functions, I think the Flagship Pro is definitely worth considering, and I think that's what makes this one interesting. You're not buying it because you're going to use every single tool every single day. You're buying it because when you need something, you really have a good chance of having the right tool in your pocket. And that for me is what makes a good EDC. It doesn't have to be the most expensive or have the most exotic materials. It just needs to be something you actually enjoy carrying, and when the time comes, it gets the job done. If you guys enjoyed my review, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one.